Of this chaotic and, in the words of the song, crazy world that we've had this year is to make art with it. And that's what Mr. Irons has done for us. And Creighton, you embody the heart and the art and the smarts that make the school work, so thank you. Thank you. Hey, it would help me if you all move in. I won't. Yeah! Woods graduates leading the way right here. That's called leadership that they learn in our school. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. Hey, just take a look around. We're gathering as a community in person. It feels crazy good to do this. And I'm really grateful for all of you all for joining us tonight. It does bring to mind a piece of writing that I may be too often quoting, but it's just too much on my mind tonight. It's from Frederick Buechner, and it's just titled Today. He says, "Today is a moment of light, surrounded on all sides by darkness and oblivion. In the entire history of the universe, let alone your own history, there has never been a day like it before, and there will never be a day like it again. It is the point to which all of your yesterdays have been leading since the hour of your birth. It's the point from which all of your tomorrows will proceed to the hour of your death. If you knew how precious it is, you could hardly live through it. Unless you're aware of how precious it is, you can hardly be said to be living at all. So my hope for tonight is that we realize what a precious thing we have here together. And that it is a moment of light. It's a moment of light because of you all bringing your light to this event. So let's treat it for the precious thing that it is, and that is worth a pause. We're a school that has been in remote instruction, as you well know, and remote hybrid instruction for so long. And here we are gathering for an auction. Tomorrow we'll gather for a prom. We've got field days next week. We've got a ceremony for our 8th graders, for our kindergartners. We've got a senior dinner next Thursday night. We've got graduation in person a week from Saturday. It's worth the pause. We're a school that many predicted would not make it. Even some of the founders of this school, they assumed that this school might not make it. So in the early days, they assumed that we might have to shut the doors. And we're a school that 23 years later, will celebrate its 23rd graduation. And for the first time ever, that graduation will include students who were with us for kindergarten and have been with us for 13 years all the way through. That's worth a pause. A year ago, we were across the state on lockdown, like every other school in the state. And within the calendar year, we've held multiple vaccine clinics at our school, on site, on location at Woods, to try to bring us back to the school life and the life that we dream of. If you'd asked me early in my career whether that would be part of my job to host a vaccine clinic, I would have thought you were crazy. But we've done that 3 times. We're doing it again next week. It's worth a pause. And just because we all drink the cool water from wells we did not ourselves dig, it's worth a pause. And so we come here tonight to build this school together. That's what we're up to tonight. And your being here is all you needed to do. And I thank you so much for that. There are people among us we need to especially thank for making this happen tonight. All the details of making this work. So I want to offer some gratitude. And first goes to the presenting sponsor. For several years now has been Fidelity Bank, and when we refinanced, they're the presenting sponsor for this whole thing. When we refinanced 4 years ago, we partnered with Fidelity Bank for the first time. They have been our banking partner, and they have just been really good friends to Woods. They sort of have the professionalism and gravitas of a national bank with the friendliness, warmth, and humanity of a community bank. They combine those. They don't have to sponsor this thing. They do it. They've been doing it for every year. They don't have to attend this thing, but they are here. Yeah. So Rosemary and Marcia and Jessica are right there. We're giving them a good wave. Thank you all so much. Sponsors. We've got Access Paving and Construction, and I think the Watsons are here. Can you give me a wave if you're here? They're not? All right. Moving on. Thank you. And then A.G. Mangum, and I know Kirk and Courtney are here. Will you give me a wave, Kirk and Courtney, wherever you are? Yeah! There it is. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Courtney. The Carolina Brewery is the top level sponsor. They've also donated all the barbecue and the beer for the night, so let's give it up for Carolina Brewery. Another top level sponsor is Chemiglow, and Kara and Bill Zamboni provided the glasses that you're drinking that beer and that wine from, in addition to being sponsors. And they donated the wine, sorry, and all those glasses. Lloyd Grading and Utilities, Opus Financial Advisors, Shattuck Labs, and I think the Shivers are here, right there. Thank you all so much. And Steinbicker Dentistry. Is Marinola here? I don't know if she's here. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And of course, the Barn of Chapel Hill. Kara and Chris Brewer are the most gracious, most generous hosts you could ever dream of. And they're right back there.
Yeah, thank
you. This barn was their vision, their work, and they just are so gracious to our school. Thank you so much for letting us have this space and be in it. Other thanks for tonight go to the best pizza you can get in the land, and that is from IP3. We also have food from Amicus and Pinatas. And Lowe's Food did our desserts, our cookies, and our tea cakes. And let's give it up for our musicians tonight. We had Scott Green, Dawn Landis, and Creighton Irons. Wait all these cameras, lightings, and live streaming is the work of Stephen King and his team. He's right here. Stephen perfectly embodies this crazy high levels of expertise. He does things I don't even know with kindness, and those things coupled together is so cool. L.L. Clark, our own teacher, was the hostess for the live stream, and she's right here. And then if you're a member of the foundation board or a volunteer for the auction tonight, would you just raise your hand? Foundation board and volunteers, thank you so much. In addition to being our host, Chris Brewer particularly is the foundation president. He's been the president for 2 years. You think about the 2 years that he served, crazy, tumultuous time. He is a steady rock of leadership. Thank you to Chris Brewer. Yeah. Foundation president. And I think we have a gift for Chris, and I don't know if we're doing that right here or not. Your gift is coming, Chris Brewer, but thank you. And perfect timing. Not a single thing would happen here without that person descending the steps right there. Jessica Oliver. None of this happens without her. Everything she does with grace, style, creativity, and huge smarts. Thank you, Jessica, so much. All right. I think we're ready to do some live auction. Okay. My note says before you go to the live auction. Are the folks at home with us or not? They're not, I think. Yeah. We made a special recording for them earlier since the internet was acting up. So then it's just us. No intrusions from the outside world. We are here together. You know how this works. You hold up your paddle if you want to bid. I'm going to describe what we're bidding on, don't worry. And then we'll go from there. And I'm going to get a drink of water real quick.